It's a high drive center field. Beer leans back. This game is turned upside down. Pujols into the air. It's deep to left. Taylor's back at the wall. It's 700.
High fly ball. Deep left. There it goes. Soaring into history.
Fastball hit to left. It is long gone.
What's up? Back with another episode with the boys. I'm joined by my co-hosts, Aiden, Ramey, and Jonathan Norton. How we feeling today, guys?
Which one are you? Are you Jonathan Norton or Aiden Ramey?
It's for y'all to figure out.
Assuming you're Jonathan.
Okay, I'll go with Jonathan Norton. That's fine. Dude, we basically called it. Back in April, we made it a joke, and not a joke, but like a long shot, kind of like, if enough things aligned up the right way. And now we got game one today, and so I'm feeling pretty good.
I think
it's Sunday before game one, so no school, no work, just ball.
I think if everything lined up the right way, it did not include DeGrom getting injured for the season. Y'all having guys injured for the season. Like, these teams have taken some beatings this year. I mean, we're just getting Scherzer back this series. John Gray's coming back this series. Eovaldi missed a couple months. Y'all are missing Luis Garcia. Y'all are missing what's his face?
McCullers.
Yeah, he's always injured, but so is DeGrom.
Brantley's supposed to be back in like late May. He didn't make a comeback until the last week of September or something like that.
Yeah, he had a pretty good home run. And it's like, there's some, like, we all expected Jordan to rate this postseason for y'all. Jose Abreu has been like y'all's second best hitter. Like,
For
I've been
someone
looking
who
at the
couldn't do
stats.
jack all year, he usually come on late.
It looks like Altuve and Bregman haven't been hitting a lot. Did Altuve get a home run?
Yeah,
For sure.
Altuve, game one, first pitch, like,
For sure.
yacked.
Kyle Tucker hasn't been really doing that much in the hitting aspect, but I know the over-under for like home run robberies where he just stands up next to the fence and reaches over is going to be like 3. I'm just waiting for Evan Carter to have one taken away. Kind of want to talk about the last series because like Royce Lewis, who's ever called that more than me, gets a stud.
Yeah, I do have some stuff about the DS before we go into the CS. Before we move into that, Noah, you got anything to add on your how you're doing and life and all that?
Just know you have 4 joints in your shoulder. You have your acromioclavicular joint, your glenohumeral joint, your scapulothoracic joint, and your sternoclavicular joint.
Mm.
Yeah, and your sternoclavicular joint is saddle-shaped, and it only has 1 degree of freedom.
So when you have to get AC joint separation surgery, you're fixing the
Acromioclavicular joint.
It's the future Queen City 80 right there.
I'm ready for it. Bring it on.
I'm sure you can have it at some point if you want it.
He told us he was bringing us onto his staff.
No, I'm done with that, I think.
Not you.
That's great. I don't want the invite, so that's good. That's one
I'll
less thing I have
invite
to turn
you to
down.
my pitching coach. I get the baseball job.
Okay.
All right, DS. Does the bye week need to change?
No.
Okay. Does the old format have, or the new format give the best teams the chance to win baseball games?
I like the new format's pretty nice. I mean, I can get maybe making the DS a 7-game series because there's so much unpredictable stuff that can happen. But I think the whole rest thing is overplayed. The higher seed is 24 and 14. I believe it may have gone down with the Phillies win to 24-15. But I mean, the Astros have disproved this rest makes you worse than the DS theory every year so far. So I mean, I think it's overplayed. It's an excuse that beat writers are using to protect their team losing and not make it look as bad.
And to get clicks.
Yeah, and to get clicks. Which
Yeah.
another thing about reporters, the person that said what Orlando Arcia said in the locker room, I mean, it's a reporter. What are they supposed to do?
You say it out loud when the media's around. Like, I don't know what you expect.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's their job. It's not their job to protect the players saying stupid stuff like that. It's the players' job to protect themselves from saying something stupid like that. And if the Phillies wouldn't have, if Bryce Harper doesn't go off that game too, it's kind of a non-story. Like, I don't think anyone's mad about it. Like, it's just saying something and then crying because someone found out you said something is kind of weird, kind of whack.
you wanted it to be private, send it in the private text or the group chat. Like, you know, those exist, so
like,
use them.
Braves fans, like, he doesn't even know English. He didn't say this. And then after that second game, it was kind of, he's like, oh yeah, I did say it, but I didn't expect it to get out.
People will defend their teams, man. That's what we do. I did think it was interesting because I've seen a lot of people complain about the new format of it, and I was thinking, like, you know, if you had the old format, just the way that things actually lined up right now, 2 of the 4 teams in the championship series wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Because, like, technically the Rangers came in as the 3 on the wild card spot, and
Blue Jays came in as the last seed. Wild card.
Did they?
Yeah. Because we played the Rays.
Y'all played the Rays. You're right. Okay, so just Arizona then. So one of the 4 teams left wouldn't have made it into the playoffs even. So it's, I don't know. I think that's fairly significant to just kind of prove, like, hey, you get hot at the right time. Doesn't really matter what seed you come in as. I did like the old format where all 3 of the division winners got just like a spot in the DS automatically with, and it was just like the 1 game wild card thing. I did like that, but I do like this new format a little bit better because I think it does give more teams the opportunity. It does technically lower the chances of the teams' chances, like, to win it all because there are more teams. It gets spread out more evenly. But I do like this format better.
1 game playoff is just too short. I get the whole, well, if you win the first game, you're probably going to win the wild card. It's not a guarantee. Plus the fact that if you're in the DS off the rip, you're not going to be playing that first team's ace with your ace. Like, losing the first game should honestly be, like, unacceptable in the DS if you're the higher seed, because your ace is more than likely going up against their 3 or 4. Like, it's just, there's so many excuses being made when so much is in your favor.
And, you know,
like, I feel like it's, oh, my bad.
No, I mean, just I was going to play off of that with the Dodgers. Like, I mean, their starting pitching went, what, 4 1/3 innings?
4.2 innings.
4.2 innings and like 20-something earned runs.
It was insane.
Like, you got to line up your pitching, and your pitching did nothing for you. You got jumped on early, and then offensively, the two of your hitters that are going to finish in the top 5 in MVP voting went one hit in the entire series, and so it's just like,
it was Freddie Freeman infield single.
On an infield single, so not even like, not an extra base hit. No one like slugged the ball, and you know, there are teams that are built for the regular season, obviously. Teams that are built well with a 40-man roster and deep, but at the end of the day, like, how are you going to play in the playoffs? And the Dodgers, I think, got beat by a inferior team, but at the end of the day, like, you still got to produce. It doesn't matter how many games the set is, and
you never see the head coaches complaining about the like break either. And in my opinion, it's on the coaches to get the team ready. Like, the break thing shouldn't have an impact if your coach has you ready for it. And I don't know. I really hate the excuse that we had too much rest. They were allowed to get hot when we weren't. Yeah, but you also got to the ALDS without having to play a 3-game series against another team. I mean, it's just stupid.
Especially with the Braves. You had one of the best offenses of all time. How many players with 30-plus home runs? And you just,
right?
yeah,
Just wins record.
You just crap the bed. And, it's because we were. Shut up. Oh my God, shut up. I'm so tired of that lame excuse. And I just want to point out before we move on to something else. What did I say at the beginning of the year?
I don't know.
AL East, the regular season merchants is what they are. Regular season merchants. I say this every year. The Yankees are going to be the Dallas Cowboys of the MLB. The Orioles, I'm proud of the Orioles. I'm glad that they had the season that they had. But imagine getting swept by the Texas Rangers, okay?
He's bringing so much bad karma to us.
The team that no, because I've kept my mouth shut the whole time, and I haven't.
That's not true. Every time this year you talk crap, we've gone on horrible skits, bro.
I'm talking about the playoffs. I like the Orioles. I'm not talking crap to the Orioles. I'm talking crap to the AL East as a whole.
What is it? 6 straight playoff series that they've lost, or something like that?
Yes. Yeah, it's actually embarrassing. AL East is the hardest division in baseball. No, it's not. It's like, I don't want to play the Dodgers in the playoffs.
It's definitely the West. AL West. I feel like there's no.
Been saying it all year. I've been saying it all year.
I said it for you too, because which I had high expectations for the Rangers this year. I guess not as high as an Astro fan would have for his team. My expectations for making the playoffs in the AL West, which I thought was the hardest division. So I don't know. I just feel like there's so much more variety.
Yeah, we mentioned last episode that Seattle was the best team outside looking in. So you had the Astros, Rangers, and Seattle was right there all in that last weekend to make the postseason. And obviously the Astros and Rangers are in the CS, so I do think that gives us credit. We do, the Angels and the A's this year kind of make it hard for me to go, oh yeah, the West was the best division. But I do think we had 3 playoff quality teams in our division, and I don't think any other division right now could say that other than the East. Because they did have Miami, Philly, and the Braves in NL East.
Yeah, Miami, man, they did not look like a playoff team that series. They looked like a product of the new format.
Miami looked like what we thought they were going to look like at the beginning of the year, and they think they kind of snuck in and they overplayed themselves into this thing. But
pretty sure they had the lowest run difference ever to be in the playoffs because they did a negative 49, I think. I believe that's the lowest ever to make the playoffs. Which I think we talked about, they could sneak some games from some of the top division guys, in the season. I think around 60, 70 wins was kind of, or 70-ish was kind of what I was thinking they were going to get. They outplayed it. They have really good pitching. Sandy going down really hurt, even though he didn't have his best year. You still want that guy for the playoffs. Yuri also got hurt, which really hurt them. So then they were throwing out Luzardo and Braxton the first 2 games, and it just didn't work against the hot Phillies.
Walk me through the Baltimore Texas series because I didn't get a chance to really watch much of that.
Okay, hold on. Let me take the reins on this one.
Yeah,
I want you to go on Safari, go to the Merriam-Webster dictionary. I want you to look up the word dominance, and there's going to be a picture of the Texas Rangers versus the Orioles where Adolis hit the absolute dong, slong, whatever you want to call it, shot. It's complete and utter dominance. It's actually embarrassing. I'd say it's more – no, it's not more embarrassing than the Braves-Phillies series. It's because what did I say? I said, is a lack of experience going to affect the Orioles? Yes, it did. It did. That's what happened.
And I think the pitching –
I was going to say, I think it was more their starting pitching.
But, what did Adley and Gunnar go?
I
They
don't know.
didn't have a good series.
Gunner did good. Gunner had a really good series.
He might have turned it on the last game, I think. I don't know the stats.
He didn't do very good his first game. His second 2 games, he probably had the best performance of all the rookies.
Shout out Gunner. But I'm
And
just
he
saying,
actually, I mean, even on his bad play, which was the steal, it was a missed hit and run. And I had been saying it. I was like, I think he missed a hit and run there because that's a stupid count to running because it's a fastball count. And I think Aaron Hicks missed the hit and run, and I think it was confirmed the next day that Aaron Hicks did indeed miss a hit and run sign. You could really feel the pitching, like the fact that what's his name, Kyle Gibson was their free agent pickup. That's kind of what's wrong. And I've seen Orioles fans saying it. The Rangers went out and bought guys this year, and they were kind of like, I don't get why our owner won't do that. Like when Kyle Gibson is the best guy you get, the ace that you try to go out and get. It's not enough. The only game that really wasn't a blowout, despite what the scores look like, was the first game. Second game was a blowout. It was like 9-2. They hit the 3-run bomb in the 9th inning that made it look closer than it was. The only game that was close was the first game. They gave a lot of free bases. The Rangers' eyes so far this postseason have been outstanding. I mean, they're working 6+ pitch at bats, like quite a lot, and it's really what you need when you want to go out there and get the pitcher out.
Didn't Nate Lowe have like a 15 pitch at bat or like?
Daniel Lowe had a 15 pitch at bat where he flew out to the left fielder, and then the next guy was Josh Young, who swung at the first pitch and hit a single to the left fielder. So I kind of felt bad for Nate because he's been doing that all season. He'll get like in 11 pitch at bats and then he'll fly it out or something like that. Houston's not going to give as many free passes as Baltimore did, but the Rangers have to do what they did to Baltimore. They gotta get on him early. Verlander, he's scary at the beginning. If he gets through that, kind of screwed. If he gets through that first inning of trouble, he's probably going to go on a roll and strike out your next 10 or something. And usually the Rangers have had trouble with the Heat, but they kind of did good against Glass now. So kind of hoping they can get that up. They did good against what's-his-face.
I don't know what's his face is.
Not Bradish.
That's what I wrote in my notes too, though, is like I wrote, getting Max Scherzer and John Gray back on the CS could be huge, but at the end of the day, the Rangers have to jump on Houston early at least twice in a 7-game set. I think if you jump on them twice early, it's the Rangers series to lose.
So I'm wondering this from y'all. First game or second game? What game is more important for the Rangers to win? It's like first game kind of set the tone, but I don't know, because if you win that second game, you're going home with a lot of momentum over the first game.
I think as long as you split in Houston, it doesn't really matter.
Well, yeah, I'd say the second game, like Ramey said, because the last time the Astros came into Globe Life Field, I witnessed a football game score. So kind of scared of the Astros coming into the snow globe.
Meanwhile, I'm like, how can we get to our road games the quickest? That's been me this entire season. So,
which I'm wondering. So Nate's not the same he was that Houston series, because he pitched one of those games, right? And he was not good at all.
He went like no more than 4 innings. I'm pretty sure it was like 3.2.
Scherzer got smacked, but like, is Scherzer healthier now than he was at that time?
I don't know if I would go there.
I don't know either. That's what I'm confused about, because they're saying that he's good now. And I'm wondering if that means that break let it heal up and we aren't going to get dead arm Scherzer maybe. But I don't know. I think that he'll probably be the Game 3 starter.
Yeah, that's what I have.
I'm assuming him, and then they'll go matchups the 4th game. That, or they'll go back to Monty, but I think they're going to go Heaney, Dunning. I don't think they go Gray. Gray's not going to be a starter of the series. He'll go to the bullpen for sure.
I wrote Dunning for Game 4 with a slash with Heaney So like I
That's what
figured,
I'm saying.
they might play one or the other, but I had Dunning written down.
He did good the game he pitched against Houston, so I wouldn't be surprised to throw him out there. And you want, even though every time someone brings out a lefty bullpen arm for Yordan, it's probably going to be a bomb. I think I'd rather have Heaney out there pitching to him than Dunning. Maybe go 3 innings each, 4 innings, 3 innings, just something like that.
Yeah, I could see them doing kind of like an opener follow 3 and 3 to get to the 7, 8, 9 bullpen guys. But I had Jordan, Nate, Max, Dunning, Jordan, Nate. I figured you want Nate going at least twice. Because the thing about Nate with Houston, like, he's had some absolute dominant games against Houston, and he's had some absolute dreadful games against Houston going back to his Boston days.
It's scary seeing him against Houston because you all have guys that kill him. Bregman does really good against him. Jordan's like 8 for 11 against him, like a 1.7 or something like that. It's I think Altuve hits him really well, but then with Monty, Altuve doesn't hit him well. Bregman hasn't hit him well. Maybe it's Tucker that hasn't hit him well. I don't know. They haven't seen.
They definitely haven't seen Monty nearly as much as they've seen the other people. So
yeah,
I think that's why Jordan got the start for Game 1 is to try to go steal Game 1 with that Jordan matchup.
Yeah, that's going to be a good game, especially because we can get on. Hopefully, we can get on Framber in that second game.
And then my Astros notes were, they have a plan kind of built in, and Dusty kind of reacts to it. And the key to their success is to not let the Rangers get on them early, and will Dusty react in time when they do.
Who's y'all's third pitcher?
So I have us going Verlander, Fromber, Javi.
No, I meant fourth. Is it Urquidy or is it Francis?
I'm gonna guess Urquidy because he pitched the Game 4 in Minnesota.
Has France pitched yet?
France has not pitched in the postseason yet. Hunter Brown has 1 inning of work, or Hunter Brown has 2 innings of work. France has 0 yet, and so those are our long game guys.
Bro, I did that last episode.
Where did that come from, bro?
What?
You
put your thumb up and a bubble came up with a thumb.
Up in like a gray bubble. Are you doing that?
This is like the rice gum. Where'd the pizza come from?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Look it up, Ravy. Go to YouTube right now. Big podcast.
But I said my last little bulletin point here was that Tucker has to go off in Globe Life. Like he hits really well in Globe Life. We're gonna have to win some games on the road if we're gonna win this thing. And Tucker's, I think, has to get things going. So obviously I'm biased. I went Astros make a bid for a repeat 4-2 MVP Kyle Tucker. I'm guessing you guys have Rangers 4-3.
I'm scared, man.
Hold up.
I'm so nervous.
I don't think ever in my life, ever in my life, I don't think I've been this nervous for anything. But I'm trying to think of something like no exam.
Senior night to go into the playoffs?
What?
Senior night to make the playoffs?
What did he say?
He said senior night to make the playoffs. Man,
I kind of knew at halftime we were going to lose. I started crying.
I would have traded every game we won in high school.
I knew we were losing that game at halftime.
Our World Series.
Just because of the momentum. But anyway.
The Broncos could go 0-17 for the next 6 years, and the Celtics could go 0-82 for the next 30 if I could get one Rangers win.
That's World a lot. That's a lot.
Listen.
Not the Dallas Stars, though. That's the new second team.
Most nervous you've ever been in your life?
Ever, for anything.
I don't really. Oh.
Here is my prediction. Here we go. You ready? Okay. Astros. I'm going to give them Game 1. I think they'll win Game 1. So big. They've been in the moment. They know how it is. Although the Rangers have been hot, I think it's going to be a close Game 1. But the Astros are going to come out on top of it. Bro, they did it again. Okay. Rangers, I think the Rangers will win Game 2. split it in Houston.
God dang it, it's a celebration now. What is it? You just got fireworks.
Okay. And then game 3 back in Arlington. Rangers will win that one.
With Max on the mound.
Game 4, gonna be close, but I'm gonna give the Astros that one. In game 5, gonna give it
Most important game here.
Gonna give it to the Rangers.
Okay.
Okay, how many is that?
You got your 3-2 Rangers right now.
5. And then they go back to Houston.
Yep.
Give me Rangers in 6.
Rangers in 6 is with Noah. Okay.
And we're gonna celebrate on that stupid juice box field, and we're gonna go to the World Series.
That sounded a little personal, but okay.
And I'm gonna have another one of those flags hanging up in my room.
Why buy? Don't buy the championship one. Buy the World Series one.
Oh, because we'll probably end up losing the World Series. That's just our luck. Anyways, but we go ahead.
Okay. Aiden, what you got?
I don't really have a winner. I just have a loser.
You just have a loser?
I will kill myself if we lose this series. I just don't want it to be like disappointing. Like I don't want it to be like us get swept or us lose 4-1. Like that would be so upsetting.
I think for sure you win one of these 2 games in Houston. You might win both of these games in Houston. It would not surprise me.
That would be massive. But like
that would be mad, isn't it?
This is like if sports were ever rigged, this is the moment where Texas like takes the Texas title from Houston and becomes the dominant AL West team. Like this would be the start of that story.
Okay.
So like if sports were rigged, I really hope Vegas is watching right now. You should definitely let us like take this series and kind of start the Dallas over Houston narrative.
Okay.
That's what it's always been, though.
I mean, I care about baseball for Dallas. I really don't care, except for maybe hockey. And does Houston even have a hockey team?
I thought we were talking about city in general. Houston is the slum of the earth. If there was a hell on earth, it's Houston. It's Houston. If there was one part of Texas that I wish would break off, like that had a San Andreas fault, I wish it was Houston. Remy, you're going to be on a flight over to Dallas when that falls off. I hate Houston. I hate Houston. Not even the Astros, not even nothing. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. You can go to downtown Dallas, you can go lick the pavement on the ground, and you're going to taste rainbows and cherries. You go to Houston, you're going to catch every STD. You're going to start growing a third arm out of your tricep, and you're going to have a little guy come out of your coracoid process. I've been studying. I hate Houston, bro.
Dallas is definitely the more uppity of the cities. There's no doubt. Houston's a little bit more for the streets. Like, it is what it is.
Well,
when are they like? They can make a train from Dallas to Houston.
I like the Houston culture more than Dallas, but I like the way Dallas is built with the Metroplex.
Houston has a much better what's the word that you just said? I completely forgot. Culture. Yeah, I think there's a better culture.
I have respect for the city. I do, but I'm happy where I'm at.
All we have is Post Malone and Dirk Nowitzki.
I already know.
That's about it.
All right.
But anyways,
let's go to the NL real quick. We spent enough time on that. I've got Philadelphia as the most dangerous team left. I honestly, in my opinion, I kind of have them as my favorite to win the whole thing right now. I think they've got a great 1-2 punch. I think they're number 3 with Ranger Suarez. Honestly, is an underrated pitcher right now in this postseason. He's really good. He was good last year in the postseason.
Yeah.
The pen is better than it was last year. Trey Turner's doing his thing. Bryce Harper's doing his thing. They upgraded their defense in center field. Brandon Marsh is in one of the corners now. I like the Phillies a lot. I think they're the most dangerous team left, and Arizona's the feel-good story. They prove that they can hang, that they can go in and slay the giant over in the West. Corbin Carroll's that dude. They have nothing to lose. All the good underdog narratives, but man, Philly, I think this might be the year for the Phillies.
Kind of feels like the Padres when they named the championship series last year, the D-backs. It's going to be like some random D-backs, like this group of guys is going to start rapping, and they're going to lose 4 straight to the Phillies, and that's going to be the start of the D-backs downfall. It's that one rap song.
Did y'all ever listen to
I don't
that?
know, man. Yes, it's so bad.
Dude, I never listened to it. I saw the
That's
video several
what
times, but I
it
never had it on like sound on, and so
It's so bad. I'm gonna say this. It would be another really good storyline. Rangers, took the series 3-0 to start the season, ending the series, winning 4 against Phillies would be awesome. But we got to get past Houston, which I don't know. This is the biggest game I think I've ever watched the Rangers play.
I feel like
Biggest series.
I feel like in this, it's like in Major League when the Indians are playing the Yankees. And you know how just the Yankees dominated just like forever, and they're the team. And I feel like that's what the Astros are now.
we moved
especially
to
in
the
the
NL.
No, I'm just saying, especially in the AL. I mean, you made 7 straight. Like,
Let's be honest. The story of the championship series is the AL.
Okay, well, real quick, we'll go back to the AL. I've got Philly 4-1 over the Diamondbacks.
oh, sorry, I did switch it back over to the AL. I'm so stupid. Okay.
Who do you got, real quick, Aiden? That's all I want to know.
I've got Phillies. D-backs don't have a third pitcher. They may throw Fott out there or whatever his name is, and kind of got lit up by the Dodgers, I believe. He got lit up by someone because he had like a 10.19 ERA that first game against the Dodgers. And I don't remember seeing what he finished with that game. So
No,
I think the Phillies should run through them.
Phillies should run through them, but are they? Give me Diamondbacks in 4. No, I'm kidding. Give me the Phillies in 5. I think the Diamondbacks will piece one up.
I think the Diamondbacks can get it to 6 if they get Zach Gallen first. They'll be facing Wheeler. Never mind. 5.
Yeah, 4-1 Phillies MVP Trey Turner. Boom. All right. Evil Empire of Houston. Let's go back.
Houston supports Thomas.
That's a bit extreme.
I was going to say something out of pocket, but I'm not going to do it. I'm just saying. I'm not even going to say it.
Houston supports the Boston Marathon incident. Rangers support.
You're the one who mentioned bombing.
No, I was just about. Let me finish. Houston supports the Boston Marathon. Rangers fans support bombing Fenway Park so we can get rid of that stupid stadium. If they can talk about it on the broadcast in an MLB game, I can talk about bombing Fenway.
Well, since we're just saying out-of-pocket things now, apparently there's a shooting at the State Fair last night. Nick Castellanos is about to have the best series of his life. He's going to sign a giga extension.
He just had it with the Hamas incident.
I know, and now this State Fair thing,
It's a good thing he's not playing in the state of Texas for that, because man, double 2 grand slams, 1 inning type of stuff. Like,
have y'all seen the interview for him with the Bat Bros or whatever? And he's like, I just think you can pull up an incident for anyone hitting a home run. And he's like, it's kind of stupid. Yet every time a big incident happens, he's going off. He's got to acknowledge it at some point that maybe he just is feeding off the negative things.
On Nick, switching topics a little bit on him, his son, the way that they pan over to him in the crowd every postseason game, cool or not cool?
Not cool. Stop it.
Elliott.
I don't care if it's his son. Just freaking show the game, man. And let's bring it to the whole Taylor Swift crap. It's the same thing. I hate his son just like I hate Taylor Swift.
I like showing the family. There have been some really good.
Screw the family, bro.
I like showing the family once, but I do think they do it a little too much.
If Castellanos is hitting bombs, show his family.
So let's talk about the downfall of the Braves and how it needs to be studied.
Oh my gosh.
All right, hit me.
He's
I want you to clip parts of this and send them to me. Yep. Post them on the Instagram.
It's gonna be so funny.
Post on TikTok. I don't care. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. You have, I said before, you have one of the best offenses of all time, and then you just piss down your leg. If I've ever heard piss down your leg, it's you. Just as a famous Kyle Brown would say, we're pissing down our own legs, okay? Like I mentioned again earlier, you had 6 players with 30-plus home runs, right? Where'd they go? Where did your MVP, Ronald Acuna Jr., go? He wasn't there to save you, was he? No? Yeah, my MVP. Yeah, give it to Mookie. I know he went like 0 for 28 or whatever. Give it to Mookie because it's actually good. The Dodgers are going to be the Dodgers, just like the Cowboys are going to be the Cowboys. You're the Braves. You're supposed to be, we're the powerhouse of the – no, you're not. The Phillies own you. Sell your franchise. Tell Morgan Wallen to stop making songs about you because he sucks. No, he does not like Morgan. But what I'm just saying is, Braves fans –
All right, so how do you fix the Braves?
how do you fix? You can't fix them. You can't.
Who's the leader of the Braves?
They're starting pitcher.
Acuna.
Is he the leader or is he their best player?
He's the best player. I wouldn't say he's the leader.
Who's their leader?
Freddie was their leader, and then he left, and now I don't really think they have a guy like that.
That's kind of where I'm leaning to. I don't know that they have somebody to like rally
I will say
everybody in and focus everybody up and say, hey, this is what we need to do. This is how we need to approach this. And I don't know that they have a voice in the clubhouse from a player perspective that's doing that.
They kind of they had to rely on guys that had really good regular seasons, but they were playing above the regular season. Orlando Garcia is not a shortstop that I'm sitting there scared of in the playoffs. I'm not scared of Marcell Ozuna unless I'm driving on the road late at night on a motorcycle or something, and I don't know, he's been partying the night before or that night. Like, you're not scared of these guys. You're scared of Acuna, but Acuna didn't have a good series. Their starting pitching was pretty injured. I will say that. Max Fried tried to pitch. That blister, you could obviously tell it was affecting him, given how many breaking balls he was trying to throw. Like, he couldn't throw his fastball. Like, it was just, I think he was throwing 97 to start the game off, and then in the second inning, he was down to 93. Like, just constantly pumping that if he threw the fastball. They ended up winning that game he pitched, despite an abysmal performance from him. They needed the health, and they didn't have it. They had to throw Bryce Elder game 3. I think you would have rather had Charlie Morton there. I don't think Bryce Elder's that good of a pitcher. He had really good stats to start it off, but it was like, if you looked at the advanced stats, he was pretty lucky in that aspect. They need health in that aspect, and they need a couple more hitters. The Sean Murphy fall off after the All-Star break is kind of insane. He went from being by far the best catcher to just horrible. He was not good at all in the second half.
Yeah, and I think I don't know that they need to adjust their lineup, but I do think they need to bring in somebody who's not just kind of like a young gun 30 bomb dude. Like, I think they need to bring in a voice. Like, I think on the pitching staff side, I think not having Charlie Morton hurt them more because him not being around vocally and preparation wise, because he's been there, done that multiple times.
Yeah,
he's been in the postseason with 3 different teams, has pitched in the World Series, pitched in the ALCS. He's won 2 rings with 2 different teams. Like, he's got all that in there.
Joey Votto to the Braves. That's the leadership.
A guy like Votto, I think, would be great over in Atlanta. I think he'd fit a really good role for them. But I do think that's what they're missing. I think they've got great players all the way around. I think their bullpen has leadership. I think their rotation has leadership if Charlie's around. But that lineup, I think they're missing Freddie from that perspective more than they anticipated.
Let's say, here's my question. If you're the Braves and you could trade Matt Olson for Freddie Freeman straight up, you trade their contracts, so you'd obviously be paying Freddie's new contract, maybe paying Matt Olson's. Would you make that trade straight up?
I mean, I don't think they've feasibly could.
Ignore the money then. Would you
Well,
make that trade?
Okay, let's just put this all in a vacuum, right? Let's just put it all in a vacuum and say, would you? I would say yes. If all things ended up square and I'm in a vacuum in Major League Baseball and the Braves don't look like idiots for going back on not extending him before they hit free agency and all that good stuff, like all that in a vacuum, yes, I think you keep Freddie. Or you bring in somebody who's going to have that same personality. Because like what the Rangers did, and here's where I've always said this: if you're gonna spend money in free agency, and you're gonna bring in a superstar, you need to make sure that superstar is gonna be someone who can patrol somewhere in the middle of the diamond. If you're gonna pay superstar money, get somebody who's gonna be in the middle of the diamond, and who's been there, done that, and will continue to do that. That's why like Seager and Semien, that's half a bill, but you got second base and shortstop. Guys who have been there, done that for multiple teams, who have been in postseason ball, that by all accounts are good clubhouse guys. So at least they went out and bought the right two guys.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't feel like other teams made use of like finding the right guys to bring in.
I think that's why Seager kind of came to, because he knew that coming and signing that big contract on any other team, they're going to expect him to be like the leader. Simeon's the leader of this team. Seager's obviously the best player, but it's Semien as the leader. I'm trying to think.
I think that's why guys will go and sign Astros guys too. I honestly do. Like that's why Correa got the massive deal with the Twins. That's why Springer got the big deal with Toronto. That's why the Rays went after Charlie Morton when he got moved on. That's why Keuchel, I think, still gets picked up even though he's had bad season after bad season lately, is because like he's been instilled with some of that win at all costs. Here's how you be a good clubhouse guy. Here's how you prepare. Like he's been there and done that, and so I think that's why those guys get signed still, is because they know that that's what they're going to get.
Which people have talked about the DeGrom contract, kind of being like, oh, well, he got injured. That's a terrible contract. We don't get DeGrom. DeGrom's the reason we got Eovaldi. I mean, he's, from what every report has came out, he's been an amazing leader in the locker room for the pitching side. You see him every game on the bench out there, like talking to the guys. It's really been just, they've paid the right guys, I think.
That guy Eovaldi, who's been there, done that as a starter and a reliever in the postseason. Like he's
going to get him another year
dude.
too. I'm really hoping they find a way to get Jordan Montgomery back this free agency. That'd be massive. But we'll find out.
All right, final thoughts.
No, I'm good.
Glad this isn't a midday game, but kind of suffering from the fact that it's not a midday game, and I'm so ready for baseball right now. We had a 4-day break.
I'm not even watching the Cowboys today. I'm not.
What time do they play?
They're on Monday night, aren't they?
Nope. Are they? I think they're playing today. I'm so done with them.
Are y'all doing like a watch party thing? I'll just watch in the house.
There's one at the stadium, but I have work later, so I'll just probably watch it on my laptop.
I was thinking we could all watch separately, but then once an elimination game comes, I thought maybe we could all watch it at the same time on a stream or something.
Yeah, what about the hot tub stream?
Hot tub stream?
We did say we were going to hot tub stream. No, we promised we'd hot tub stream.
I think we said Game 7 ALCS, we would try to do a hot tub stream.
Did we? I thought we said if they just
butt naked.
I've got the hot tub. Y'all just got to make y'all's way down here.
I just got to drive 5 hours on a school night, probably.
Worth it, to be honest.
Okay, well, I'm actually, I got to obviously edit this and get it uploaded. I'm going to go watch this in the Heights. I'm going to go watch the game downtown tonight, and we'll get going from there. So,
good. You'll have alcohol near if y'all lose.
Well, I can't drink, so.
Can't you,
Yeah, he's Mormon.
Blood funnel it?
Thanks for watching Stream Contact podcast today. This has been your CS preview and DS recap. Noah is standing with Israel, and we appreciate you being here. Thanks so much. We'll see you for a World Series preview and CS recap.